He's recording that.
All right, folks, this is live. This is in charge. This is not well thought out, but I said I was going to do a video, so we're here to do a video. This is the picks for UFC 189. It's 7-Eleven. Free Slurpee Day. Everybody enjoy.
That has nothing to do with UFC whatsoever.
That's a big day. So he's over here busting my chops. So we're going to go over our picks. Me and my brother, every pay-per-view, we go up there and, I don't know where to look. I'm looking at the TV. I'm looking down there. This is fun.
I don't know where we're looking. I mean, I'm looking up.
I'm looking up. I'm looking down. I'm GQ. Who knows? But every month, me and my brother go up to Buffalo Wild Wings, watch the fights because they show them free, and we do picks. We do them like so. I don't know if you can really read that.
Can't read that.
Probably can't read that. No. But what we do is we pulled over the rules and the point system from the old Xbox 360 UFC app, and we apply that to our picks. So we go through and we make our picks for all the cards, not just the pay-per-view, and we pick the fighter and then the style. And it's $10 we bet, and it's not a whole lot, you know. I mean, trying to get by, trying to make things happen here. But let's get into it and go through our picks.
The bottom line, Mean Gene, this is what we're going to talk about right here. This is the main event: Mendes versus McGregor. You, sir, have McGregor. Irish hand grenade.
He said, "I wish."
So that's someone totally different.
And a three-piece ivory suit. 60 G's, baby! 60 G's!
But the point is that my esteemed brother over here, Mr. Daffodil, why do you have McGregor winning the fight?
I picked McGregor because I don't think he's all hype. I think he's got great punching power. He can stand with them. And I'm hoping, here's what I'm hoping, is that his natural weight after he rehydrates will help him fend off the wrestling because Mendes is a lot smaller. If not, he's probably going to spend most of the fight on his back, and I'm going to lose the bet.
Do you think McGregor could stop the takedowns from Mendes?
I hope so. I don't think he's going to be able to stop them completely. I'm hoping he can just pop back up. He's been taken down, but from what we've heard, he's only been controlled for 25 seconds while on his back in his entire UFC career.
But because he's never faced a wrestler.
He hasn't faced the caliber of Mendes. He's faced some people who hopefully, I thought that Aldo was a better matchup for him. I think that a lot of people probably would have picked McGregor over Aldo because they're both strikers, but in this case, a lot of people are deferring to the wrestler. Much like I picked Cormier to beat Johnson because striker versus wrestlers. So it's kind of odd that we did a flip-flop on this one. But let's run through our picks top to bottom. And the first pick on the first fight of the night is Garbrandt versus Briones. Garbrandt is 2-0 in the UFC, and he is Paige Van Zant's boyfriend.
She's cheating on me. It's okay.
It's okay.
I'm openly.
We'll let that slide. But he's up and coming. He's 2-0. I don't know much about Briones. I went with Garbrandt at the TKO.
Going for the sub.
He went for the sub. So all on to the second fight of the card, which is Cathal Pendred versus Howard. I picked Pendred in decision. He's been pretty disappointing so far. I mean, he's won his fights, for the most part, but just really hasn't had that hype push through for him since he came over and he, was a big Irish guy and fighting welterweight. I picked decision, but I could see it going either way. Who do you got there, sir?
I got Howard by TKO. His last couple fights been kind of boring, a little suspect in my opinion, but hoping tonight he pulls through, but with the W.
Let's see if it happens. By the way, it's game zone point 360.
Sergeant Mercier. It's French.
French. It's got the E in there if you check the spelling.
It's long.
It's different.
I didn't graduate.
And the next fight, we got Mike Swick versus Garcia. And this one I went with Garcia. He's a beast. I really want Swick to win. I'll say that. Swick had a long layoff, had a life-threatening disease. I want Swick to win, but I went with my gut here. But if I lose this one, I won't be too upset. Who you got?
I got Swick. Got the whole feel-good comeback story going on tonight. And if Swick loses, personal opinion, I think he should retire.
Me too. Great guy. Hopefully it works out well. Next fight is Matt the Immortal Brown versus Tim Means. I think we both picked Brown on this one.
We both picked Brown. Smart choice. Got different styles of victory going on.
I went with TKO. He went with the submission. Both are possible with the Muay Thai guy. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Next one is Brad Pickett make his return to, I think was it bantamweight?
What is that, 145?
145. Yeah, he had dropped down to flyweight, but he said it was pretty much but pit-pat. Nothing but pit-pat. Run, hit, run. So he went back up, and I went with Alameda, who's a good submission guy, but Brad Pickett's a beast, so either way, we'll see how that goes. Who you got?
I'm going with Pickett. I feel like he has a little bit more skill than Almeida, but we will see. He's been up and down lately, so but I'm going for Pickett.
I like the country accent with the Almeida.
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 I was born in the Caribou. So.
Nice. This is official, folks. We take it seriously.
We do take this seriously.
On the next one, we got Gunnar Nelson versus Brandon Thatch. The Icelandic Nelson, who's got a lot of support of the Irish, although he's not from there. I picked Nelson with the sub to rebound against Thatch. Both are coming off of losses. Who you got?
I picked Nelson because Brandon Thatch disappointed me when his loss to Vincent Henderson. That was it was pretty embarrassing, pretty terrible to watch. But I got Gunnar Nelson winning this one.
It'll be a good one. Hopefully it works out. By the way, I got a fresh haircut, folks. I don't know if you noticed. Rocking my
I got a
part.
fresh goatee from my chest pro down to my ball fro.
Chest pro down to my ball fro. Let's just be Step Brothers. All right, next one is Dennis Bermudez versus Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens. Heathen. That's a Heathen, I think. I went wrong there. I went with Bermudez with the decision. Bermudez is tough, man. He's tough to beat. Stevens, I think, lost his last fight.
He did lose the last fight to a grappler.
They're both good, and I think that Bermudez decision, but he could win anyway. Who you got and how you got?
I got Dennis Bermudez.
There we go.
Going beating Little Stevens because, well, Jeremy Stevens can't fight a grappler. Doesn't know what to do on the ground. Gets taken to the ground. Has no idea. I really think it's going to be a TKO tonight, folks. But my brother over here seems to think that it's going to go to a decision. We shall see.
We'll see about that one. And in the co-main event of the night, in a rematch of a previous fight, we got the reigning welterweight champion, Robbie Lawler, versus...
Ruthless Robbie Lawler.
Couldn't get that right. You can tell this isn't thought out, okay. But we'll be back next week. Probably doing picks on different events, but this is the first one we're doing here, and wanted to get it done.
And we're looking up. Sorry. So
yeah, we keep TV down. It connects there. It's confusing. So Lawler versus McDonald. They fought before. Lawler won the fight. I went with McDonald. It's kind of my upset pick. Not too risky of a pick because McDonald's very good, but he did lose the first fight. I think he's going to be more technical and win a decision. But we'll have to see. I wouldn't be disappointed, short of possibly losing money if Lawler won. I like both fighters. Who you got?
I think you smoke crack on the side. I think that McDonald is going to win this fight because McDonald gave Lawler everything he had, and Lawler took it. Lawler knocked him down a couple times. I think Lawler is a lot stronger. I don't think McDonald's going to be able to out-wrestle him, definitely doesn't have strength over him.
Definitely not.
But it could go either way. McDonald, great fighters, only had 2 career losses, so that could go either way.
And one of them was Condit. I thought it was an early stoppage. I'm hoping that this is a 5-rounder since it's a title fight. That goes in McDonald's favor, and he can be a little bit more technical.
Now, if you think about it, the last 2 fights Lawler had, both went to the decision. So we know Lawler has the stamina to last 5 rounds.
That's true story.
Now, Mean Gene.
Mean Gene Oakland.
Here we go.
Woo! Down to the main
event,
which we led off with.
Mendez versus McGregor. I got Chad Money Mendez winning this fight. I see him taking it to the ground, using his wrestling in there, a little bit of jabs to go for the takedown. I got a sub going. Not sure why I picked a sub, but I feel like that a lot of that fight's going to stay on the ground because I feel like if Mendez gets hit by McGregor, he's not going to like the taste of that. So he's going to take it to the ground. I feel like majority of the fight's going to be to the ground. Final pick, Mendez, submission. Who you got there, Game?
Game's on point. We got, again, we're going to revisit this pick. I've got the Irish Sensation bringing 20,000 Irish strong. The biggest UFC draw in the U.S. In the U.S., mind you. I think it was a bigger card in Brazil. But he's got the biggest... What is it? He has the biggest Fight Pass event ratings. He's got the biggest Fox Sports 1, Now he has the biggest draw in the U.S. I think if they go to Dublin, he'll get the biggest draw in the world.
So you picking your
Fighter based off the draw? No.
of your draw?
No, I'm going off of. I think he's the bigger fighter. He cuts down from 172. If he can rehydrate before this IV ban comes in place, I think that he'll just freaking no, Step Brothers. No.
All right,
Mike, no, your turn.
No, your turn.
So I think that he wins by TKO. But he better be wary of the wrestling. If it turns into a wrestling match, he's in trouble. He also can get knocked out. Mendez just rocked Lamas. I was at that card in Fairfax, but he just rocked him. I'll go ahead and tell the point system here. What we do is each fight picked correctly is worth 125 points with an additional 75 points to be awarded for the picking of the